morning, you guys. It's Friday. I'm gonna make some breakfast for us. It's looking pretty sunny out today, which is great. I think the forecast said rain, but we'll see what the weather is. We might be setting up our new garden bed today. I'm so excited to start planting things for spring. I really want to plant some lettuce that does well in the cooler temperature, maybe like some iceberg lettuce, something that will do fine this spring. I'm so excited to start having salads out of the garden again. I really went back and forth about starting my own seeds, like getting a whole start rack situation. I think I'm gonna hold off this year unless, just with the amount of space I have to plant seeds, it doesn't really, or to plant plants, I only have 5 raised beds. I am not sure it's economically makes sense this year for me to start a bunch of my own starts by investing in like a light rack and heat pads and all that fun stuff. And I mean, we're kind of limited on space as far as that goes. But last spring, was my first time ever gardening, and we did start some things from seed ahead of time, but the rest of the stuff we just sowed direct into the raised beds, and that actually went really well. I might be ordering some seeds today. I ended up ordering this seed herb kit. I had started like basil, cilantro, and a bunch of other things from seed, and the basil did really well. So I might order some seeds today. We might set up the new raised bed. I'm gonna show you guys my absolute favorite raised bed if you are thinking about starting a small garden, just so you can start eating your own fresh like herbs or produce, or you wanna maybe try growing some lettuce. I am gonna show you the best raised bed. You guys have to get it. It's the easiest to set up. So I'm really excited to show you guys that later after we get breakfast made. First things first, if you guys watched my last video, you saw that we got these honey mangoes from Costco. They are feeling nice and ripe, so I think, that guy's not looking too good. I think I'm going to cut up a couple of these just so we can have some fresh fruit since they're ripe and ready to go. So I'm gonna grab 3 of them, cut them up. I just cut into these. How do you guys cut up mangoes? I always just cut the flesh or the fruit off of the seed, and then I like eat what's left. It's not the best mango I've ever had, but it's pretty good. A little fresh fruit this morning, an omelet. I did an omelet yesterday, maybe we should switch it up. I am gonna put the rest of this in a bowl for myself, and I might have like a yogurt bowl or something this morning for breakfast since I ended up cutting this up. This morning I'm gonna make up some of this venison beef breakfast sausage. This is from Force of Nature. It's my favorite. I highly recommend. It has 5 servings, and it says a serving is 2 ounces, and there's 15 grams of protein in just 2 ounces. I should try weighing out 2 ounces just to see how much it is. I'm very curious how much protein we're getting from this in the morning. I am so curious how much sausage is just 2 ounces, because it says there's 15 grams of protein in 2 ounces. So let's put that little ball. This is 2 ounces. The secret to cooking this is get your cast iron super duper hot. Do not put any oil in it because sausage does have fat in it. So it's gonna create its own fat. You do not need to grease your pan. And then I like to get my frying pan nice and hot, and I put it down, and it's gonna get super duper crispy and delicious. try it. Not sleep on homemade English muffins. They're like so easy to make and they're so good. You can use them for just about anything. They're great, easy to toast up for breakfast in the morning. I just can't relax and eat unless I clean up. I don't really understand how you digest food when there's like a mess. Bee pollen's kind of an intense flavor if you've never had it. The first couple times I started eating it, it was kind of worse. And then once I got used to the flavor, I don't really notice it as much anymore. Got yogurt, mango, bee pollen. I think I'm gonna add some of our homemade granola. This is a must during the winter time. D3K2, this is what I take for vitamin D in the winter. And then the other thing I take in the morning is B12, B6. We've got our venison breakfast sausage. Delicious. I'm gonna eat this and then I'm gonna enjoy my yogurt. As you can see, he cleaned his plate quite well. Get one of these guys. My water kefir, I just do half cup of sugar or a half gallon of water kefir, and so I'm gonna add some filtered water to my sugar. I'm also going to start some quinoa for dinner tonight. I think we're gonna do a quinoa salad and some chicken that I just took out of the freezer. Do we need? I got chickpeas. I have this bell pepper I need to use up. I have a cucumber, one of the ones we got from Costco. You could see in the last video. And I've got some chickpeas that I'm gonna toast in the oven and some spices. And then I have some chicken breast that's already marinated and it's just thawing here in the sink. Toss the chickpeas. Get my olive oil. Okay. We're gonna add a little olive oil to this. And then I like to add salt, garlic. I have the oven on 450 right now. And then I'm just gonna keep an eye on those. Our quinoa is looking good. You can see that quinoa is almost done. In fact, I'm probably just gonna turn it off. Quinoa is looking beautiful. I'm just gonna fluff it up a little bit. Looks delicious. Let's see. Vegetables chopped with our cheese. Once this is cool, we'll add it. Okay, I just added the quinoa and the chickpeas. And I'm just gonna pop this bowl in the fridge, let it cool in the refrigerator. We are going to pick out some seeds. I mean, it's only mid-March, but I really would like to get seeds here so we can do some starts indoors. And then I really want to plant lettuce. I know there's some varieties of lettuce that you can plant early in the spring when it's still fairly cool out. Lettuce generally does better in cool temperatures. And I think one of my favorite things to grow and eat straight out of the garden is salad ingredients. So like lettuces, oh, so good. So I know we're gonna look for some lettuce and herbs so that we can get those started right away. Bucktown Seed Company is where I ordered my seeds last year. I also just picked up some from the local grocery store. You can just pick up seeds in person, but I ended up ordering some start kits from this company last year. Lettuce. Going back to the 1800s, the Marvel of Four Seasons stands a French heirloom butterhead lettuce. I think butterhead would be good for like cooler temperatures, known as Muret de Croissant. Yeah, I don't speak French, guys. It's striking green to ruby red leaf transition, crisp, tender texture, creating an enticing rosette head, perfect for culinary use. I mean, that sounds wonderful. It says superior heat tolerance, versatility in yielding baby greens. Start 4 weeks before your average last frost date. You can also start seeds indoors 2 to 4 weeks before transplanting. Seed does not germinate well if the soil is too hot. Lettuce is cold tolerant and will tolerate light to moderate frosts. Succession planting every 2 weeks. Add to cart. Lola Rosa, also an heirloom lettuce variety. Italian Lola Rosa is a favorite cut and come again loose leaf lettuce. And that means you can trim it and then it'll keep growing back, which I love. Popular among gardeners because of its resilience against extreme temperatures. Jericho lettuce, Black Simpson, Butter Crunch, Freckles. Oh, I feel like I grew this last year. Well, that's pretty. Look at that. Arugula. Wild Rocket. I mean, I love the spicy taste of arugula. Wild Rocket arugula is perfect to spice up any dish. Nutritious Italian heirloom, more pungent taste than regular arugula. Garden Fresh flavored standard spinach plant in the fall. Sow early spring for a late spring, early summer harvest. Decent bulk, heat resistant. I don't think it's heat resistant, guys. Aren't these adorable? I feel like these are such good gifts. Family Pizza Night seed collection. It comes with tomato, basil, pepper, zucchini, arugula, onion. Okay, homegrown wellness. What the heck is this? Holy basil, sage, echinacea, camomile, lemon balm, calendula. So this is like a little apothecary garden. Rooted in America seed collection. What the heck is this? Tomato, corn, cabbage, beans, watermelon, squash. Oh, by the way, you guys, last year in my garden, I had a volunteer cantaloupe. It came out of nowhere. It just popped up and grew. So last year I got this box here. And as you can see, it comes with little pots to start them. Honestly, it was pretty cool. This would be a pretty cool gift to give somebody. So they're Italian Genovese organic basil. I got such a good crop of this last year, so I definitely want to reorder this specific basil. It did really well for me. Basil. This is the basil I planted last year. When I say I made tons and tons of pesto, I have a freezer full of pesto. And again, I planted the seed that came in the little kit you just saw. I'm gonna order these again. I mean, this was awesome. Cilantro. This is what I planted last year. Get this again. Direct sow did way better than trying to start these by starts inside. With the basil, I actually did both. It took a while for my starts to take off, but once they took off, I actually transplanted them into these pots, like these bigger flower pots, and the basil did really well. So I'll probably get a couple more pots, literal flower pots full of basil. If you have a small area, you don't have a big garden space, growing herbs in pots works really well. Cumin, dill. Tried so hard to grow dill last year. Oh, so this is like if you want the seeds. I don't want the seeds, I want this. I'm gonna add this to the cart. I think if you're starting out gardening, less is more. I tried planting fennel last year, guys. It did not go well. I planted this one. I thought it would taste like what you get at the grocery store, and it did not. I also tried to start a thyme plant, but I think it may have died. I think the frost got it. Carrots and beets. I don't remember what carrot I ordered last year. I mean, I don't know, guys. Little finger, I'd rather bigger finger. Thank you very much. Those are pretty. Cosmic purple. They're adaptable to most soils, heat resistant, making them a great choice for gardeners in any climate, plus uniform in size. Cucumbers. Last year I grew this variety and it did really, really well. I was super happy to market more cucumbers. Were delicious and it kept us supplied with cucumbers. For tender beetroots, harvest when they are still small, around 1.5 inches, can be planted again in mid to late summer. We'll add these, we'll give them a try. Oh, melons. Oh. Try to grow a melon again. Hearts of Gold. One has a high rating, let's see. Melon is drought resistant, 3 months to mature. I mean, I'm gonna try this again. This is one of those crops where maybe I'll try planting it in a container, not my raised bed. Tomatoes. I think I would like to start a couple tomato plants. So I don't know, you guys. Do seeds last? Many seeds can last longer than a year. Some rating variable. Maybe I will start my own tomatoes. probably just buy starts. Gardening tools. Oh, that's not just adorable. What the heck is that? Adorbs. I'm eligible for free shipping. Well, that's great. How much money are we? Oh, $200? Okay. So this is a yes. That's a yes. This is a yes. That's a yes. That's a yes. That's a yes. I'm all over the place with the dill. I might give it a try. Parsley's a yes. Remove these. I'm on the fence with this germination station. Well, I think that's seed-wise what we're gonna get. I'm gonna think about this stuff. All right, guys, I just finished checking out. I did not end up getting that grow kit. I did get the seeds that we picked out, some of the coconut coir, and a couple little biodegradable pots that we can start some seeds indoors. It says it wouldn't arrive for another 10 days, almost end of March, so I'm really glad I ordered right away. We are gonna go set up our raised bed that came a couple days ago. Are you feeling mechanically inclined?
I'm always mechanically inclined.
All right. This is supposed to be the fastest raised bed to set up. You can pick the shape you want to do. I think we're gonna stick with this shape, which is the shape we did last time. This is the Grow Right Garden. It's a small business. I think they started their first year last year, so it's pretty cool. Oh, here you go, shapes. Anyway, I think we're gonna stick with that size. That one's kind of intriguing. I'll show you guys the shape. One, remove plastic.
Yeah.
This part really didn't take very long. It really was getting the plastic off. So next we're gonna be, what does the direction say? Flat section. Once over here. Did we put these in the wrong way? I think we did. Really frustrated. Guys, we're gonna flip all these rods. They're going this way. They need to be facing that way. So we're gonna fix all these. Alright, final couple steps. We're getting this kind of protective edging put on.
I could get scissors.